fantastic ruins.
It was so windy while visiting these centuries-old cliffside ruins on the North Atlantic. All I could think about was my hat being blown off my head and out to sea, never to return. I just had to keep one hand on it at all times. If this medieval landmark looks familiar, it's probably because you've seen it before in a certain TV show about thrones. Welcome to Ireland, the Emerald Isle, home to 7 million people and some of the most stunning coastlines, cliffs, and castles in the world.
It is so nice to be out here in the countryside finally. I have been here in Ireland for the last couple days and I've had time to explore Dublin, which is the capital, and it's been fantastic, but it is just another big city in Europe. So I've really wanted to come out and explore all the beautiful nature, especially the greenness of this island here. I'm going to go out and I'm going to see as much as I can in the next 3 or 4 days. I'm going north into Northern Ireland. I'm going to go west, see some really cool coastlines over there, and then also check out some of the south and see some pretty famous castles, hopefully. Anyway, this should be a lot of fun.
The first day out, I drove from Dublin to Northern Ireland to see some of the coastal wonders. The island is fairly small and only takes a few hours to get anywhere. While you can rent a car, there are many other options such as buses and trains to take you around.
Today I'm here in Northern Ireland and I'm going to check out as much as I can. I've only got about 15 hours to explore and I think there's going to be some really cool stuff around here. Decided to walk over here a little bit closer to the waves and the water, literally right next to the North Atlantic Ocean, and I just can't believe it. This scenery here is like from something out of a different world. So I was honestly a little bit nervous about the weather today being too cloudy or not being able to see anything, but I've been able to see pretty much everything.
Giant's Causeway is an area along the coast with interconnecting basalt columns that were formed 60 million years ago by volcanic activity. That's what science tells us anyway. I prefer the legend of the two giants, the Irish one Finn McCool and the Scottish one Benadonner. They made the massive land bridge connecting Ireland to Scotland to fight each other. Finn was much smaller, however, and had to trick Benadonner by disguising himself as a baby. The rocky formations are all that's left after the bridge was destroyed to avert further conflict. If you're in the north, be sure to drop by the second largest city on the island, Belfast.
So I'm just ending my time here today in Northern Ireland in Belfast at their annual Christmas market, which is a pretty cool thing to see. I love this stuff, especially this time of year. It's so festive, and get some mulled wine. I wish I had more time because there's so much to see and do, but I'll just have to make another trip. Just made a quick stop here at Bunratty Castle, and I have to say this is more of like a kitschy tourist stop because there is a big shopping complex across the street and some small restaurant. I mean, it's kind of cool to see, but it's not my favorite castle in the world. And there are a lot of other ones here in Ireland, so worth a stop if you're in the area, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see it.
On the second day, I headed west toward Galway to see arguably the most famous seaside cliffs in the world.
So I'm here today visiting the most popular tourist attraction in all of Ireland, and this is the Cliffs of Moher. And I was a little skeptical while coming over here, but these are really incredible to see. So over here they also actually have an indoor area with an information desk, a cafeteria, as well as a place where you can buy souvenirs. But I would say if you've got limited time, just go over and check out the actual cliffs, because it's so much more interesting than going into a gift shop for an hour.
For the final day, I headed south with several stops planned on my way down to Cork. The first stop was to see one of the most sacred spots on the island, the Rock of Cashel. These stony ruins of an ancient church and burial site were once the seat of power when kings ruled the land. Sitting upon a green hill overlooking the countryside, it is said that St. Patrick converted and baptized the first Christian king here. Passing through Cork, I made my way over to one of the most famous fortifications in Ireland. This is Blarney Castle. There were structures here for quite some time, but the current castle was built in the 1400s. It's most famous for the Blarney Stone, also known as the Stone of Eloquence. Legend says that if you go up to the top of the tower and bend over backwards to kiss the stone, you'll be blessed with the gift of gab. In other words, you'll be a good speaker.
Today I am just here in Blarney at the castle that everyone knows here in Ireland. And before you even ask, no, I did not go up to the top and kiss that dirty rock. Make sure if you come over here to Blarney Castle, you check out the entire grounds, because it is amazing, all the really cool gardens and kind of forests around here that you can walk through. Well, I hope you guys have really enjoyed joining me on this adventure for the last couple days. It has been so much fun, and I've enjoyed seeing so much of this beautiful country. I've also learned a lot, especially about the history and the politics, and I've really got a new appreciation for the people and everything going on here, because honestly, I didn't know that much about it, even though I have ancestry that comes back here to Ireland, which a lot of people do, I learned, especially in the US and Canada. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something, or at least saw something that you might want to try doing one day on your own. And I'd love to hear, if you've ever been here, the things that you've liked to do, because I definitely want to come back and see more. So,
Until next time, stay safe, healthy, and happy. Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.